Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah Martin with The Contoured Chemist. You guys, we've had a lot of great beauty sales, right? Lately, Sephora, Ulta, I'll be honest, I can't even possibly go through everything I've purchased lately in one video. So we're just gonna do a let's try some new makeup. We're gonna do everything from high to low end and Seint, of course, and I'm gonna show you how you can use it all together, what I like. I've been testing some of my favorite finds that I have recently purchased, and we're gonna just create and play with some makeup today. So if you wanna check it out, please keep watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe, and thanks for being here. All right, friends, don't look too closely at my hair. It will not hold a curl today. I used that mask I talked about in my K-Beauty video, and it's like my hair is too soft. So I will fix that. We're just gonna let it chill for now, and let's fix my face. I have so many products in front of me. We're just gonna play. Don't mind the nails. You guys know this is very not me, right? Okay, one of the things I got in my Ulta haul was, I think it was Ulta. I don't even remember. Guys, I've been, you know, the whole like sale thing, buy for others. I've been a little like a Sephora sale right before Christmas shopping. Not a good combination, right? I've been testing so much new stuff and I have to share. So first up, the Olive and June Press On Nails Super Stick Mani. So these are ones that come with little stickers. You guys, this is size extra short. Do they not look ginormous on me? I feel like I need to be like tapping all the things. Maybe this is why people with long nails are always tapping. I can't stand those videos, by the way. It's like my pet peeve, but I guess I see why. I saw where one of my favorite dermatologists said that this lasted 2 weeks. So we're gonna test it. I can't cut them yet. I gotta make sure the glue is completely dried and set, but it was really easy to put on. Love the color. I'm hoping they'll last me through Christmas. What do you guys think? Have you guys tried these? I've not even tried their glue-on ones, but I just heard so many good things about them. It's one of my many things we're gonna test. Let's start skin prep. I actually already have my sunscreen on. So we're just gonna go straight into, I am gonna use a little bit of moisturizer. I've been obsessed with this one. I literally got a little guy just to set on my vanity and my other ones in my bathroom. My eczema flare-up is getting better, but still a little peely. So, I mean, no makeup looks good over peeling skin. Can we all attest to that? Nothing will look good. So I'm just gonna put on a little bit right where I need it. I always recommend that to anyone putting on foundation. Like if you have dry peeling skin anywhere, whether it's a blemish, anything, hydrate it first. It'll make them, guys, I just did it. I'm sorry. It'll make the makeup lay better over it. That is In Beauty Extreme Cream. This is silicone free. I am gonna use Seint foundation today, so my things under my makeup are going to be silicone free. I love this glowy primer. So good. It's so good. So this is the Milk Hydro Grip and Glow. Let me just grab like a skincare brush to put this on. I feel like I don't need a whole lot, but I am gonna put it on because I'm going for glowy skin. Does that surprise you guys? It shouldn't. I did dermaplane my face this morning, so ooh, that even kind of burns a little. I am kind of sensitive. You can tell I'm a little red. So we're gonna even that out. There are so many great products that will give you a glow under the makeup. I feel like I just keep buying more to test, but that is one of the very few that is silicone free. just FYI. Then I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes. So this is one of the things I grabbed from the Sephora sale. I have always used the anti-aging one. I haven't used that in a really long time because I love the Amazon one, but I was looking for one that would color correct. And this is the shade Eden. Let's see if I can do this with my ginormo fingernails. I don't know if this is gonna give enough coverage for me personally, but it's not bad. So if you're definitely looking for an eyeshadow primer that corrects at the same time, stay tuned. I also bought one from Amazon that I feel like gives more coverage, but I'm still testing longevity and, you know, eyeshadow creasing. Okay, see, that is way too much. I'm not used to using a doe foot applicator for my primer. And if you use too much, it'll just cause slipping and sliding on your eyes too. So we don't want that. So it does definitely, I feel like it makes my eyes super cool tone, right? Can you see how like almost like white blue they look? And I naturally am much warmer than that. I wish they had more color options, but as an eyeshadow primer, Urban Decay can't really do no wrong. They have some of the best on the market. I shared with this during the Sephora sale. It has become my holy grail lip treatment. This is the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. I have every color they make now. This is the one they did with Anine Bing. Is that how you say her name, the designer? And this one has shimmer in it. And then of course I bought, they just released all their all their staple shades with shimmer. I actually just got a notification they're in my mailbox. Okay, so I love them because this is what I throw on like while I'm at my kids' games. Like, I don't need a mirror. It plumps my lips, and not very many lip products that are marketed as peptide treatments. Actually, I can see visible plumpness that isn't sticky. They have good color payoff. This is just a very pale pink. So that is a holy grail. I put it under my actual lip plumper so my lips don't turn beet red. So I've been using this for a while. I didn't buy a new one. I use so very little, like that's probably too much. This is Dr. Dennis Gross Plump and Repair Lip Treatment. I wouldn't really say this is a repairing treatment for me. Let me tell you, it plumps. You'll see my lips will slowly turn redder as we go. Let's get into foundation. I have tested a lot of foundations. I just can't find anything that will give me coverage and longevity quite like my Seint foundation. So I am gonna use that with some other products. I'm always getting the question about how to pair products with Seint, and just treat it like any other cream foundation, right? Like if you have foundation stick you like, use it with all of your other Sephora and Ulta products. It's the same thing. You can use your foundation, pair it with other things if you want to switch it up on the daily. I love experimenting with different products just to see how they go. I find new combinations that way. So I am not gonna color correct under my eyes with Magic Mango. I know, I do need it, but I'm not going to, but I am gonna use it on the darker points of my face because I have been testing all of this stuff and nothing can cover my eczema and lay nicely except for Seint. And nothing also is irritating it. Like some of these things are like burning when I put it on, but Seint never does, ever. So I'm gonna use my corrector just on all those points I normally would, but just not around my eyes because I'm gonna use something else there. So we're gonna correct the hyperpigmentation, rosacea, redness, just real quick. Okay, so there you go. Just a little bit of color corrector. I swear, I've been testing a lot of like tinted moisturizers. There's some great ones, but nothing corrects that redness from that lip plumper around my lips. It's insane. So I'm gonna go ahead and color correct around my eyes. So I've been testing this Huda Beauty Peach Faux Filter Color Corrector. So this is shade Peach. It's got like a pink shade if you're lighter complected, but I wanted to see how this compared to Mango. And it also is a much like thinner consistency. So sometimes I have clients that have issues with Mango, like over applying Mango, where it's like really hard for them to get a small amount around their eye area, and so it doesn't, you know, settle into lines and that kind of stuff. So I wanted to test this one. Let's see how it does. And I do feel like it works very well underneath our makeup. So I'm just putting in the inner corner where I'm the darkest, and then I'm going to go kind of up in that hollow, and then I am gonna spread it around the entire underneath my eye, because I do usually use Mango to add some of those warm tones around my eyes, because otherwise you'll see I'm naturally really light, and it kind of brings my under eye back to matching the rest of my face and gives me coverage at the same time. So this is just a color corrector, but it is a very peachy. It reminds me very much of like Frenchie, and if like Frenchie and Mango had a baby, because Frenchie makes my under eyes look very dry, but, and then you can easily kind of tap it out. Now, I'll be honest, I could probably get away with this shade if I use very, very little of it without anything over it. But you can tell here, it looks, I feel like it looks real crazy because my eyelids are blue and it looks real dark in comparison. But you see how much that evened out underneath my eyes? Like really well. I definitely think you could probably build this up, but a little goes a long way. So don't overuse it. But if you needed to say go in and put a little bit where you have more depth, I do think that could work. I've even tested it to see if it can kind of correct my depth here, and it doesn't work as well on dark spots. So I wouldn't necessarily say full face. It's more this peach undertone is to kind of cancel those blue, purple, the depth. And you pick a color based on the depth under your eyes, and then also your general skin tone, much like I do when I'm color matching someone to Seint. All right, so now that I'm color corrected and kind of evened out, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my main shade like I normally do. So picking up a clean shape brush, I'm just gonna go in with my main shade and kind of press it on all over, and especially under the eye to kind of get rid of that orangey, peachy tone. So foundation is on. I'm nice and flat. Let's add some dimension and warmth. So one of my favorite products I've been trying out is this Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer All Over Warming Complexion Tint. This is the shade Medium Dark. This to me, I do think you could get the same effect from Bella Bronzer, although there's something about the glow this gives the skin. It's very sheer, but there's no shimmer in it. So it's just like a really silky, smooth, sheer bronzer. It's what I've been reaching for on no makeup days if I just kind of want to add a little bit of warmth to my face because maybe my self-tan is like worn off and I'm just like, ugh. I actually just grab this and I add a little bit of warmth to the perimeter of my face. So you can see you can kind of just like press it on much like Bella. And his double-ended brush, this is the F4, is perfect for it. So I've just been using it around the perimeter. Now this will give no coverage. Like, so don't think it's gonna like cover. It kind of, I'd say would work really well underneath a foundation as well as, but I like the glow it gives my skin, so I always put it on over. So say you want no contour day and you just want to add some dimension with your bronzer, you can kind of tell how sheer it is. Like, you really have to, and this is medium dark, so it's pretty dark, and yet you can kind of tell how sheer it is. Yet, do you see kind of that luminosity? There's no shimmer in it. It just gives a beautiful lit from within glow without adding any shimmer, which I feel like is beautiful. You guys know I like Xanadu and Glow Illuminator and all those things that give that luminosity, but truly that's like adding shimmer. So if that doesn't work with your skin, like if it increases the look of pores, that kind of thing, then I would say this could be a good option for you, because it does really look amazing on the skin. Now, this brush is not the best for laying down product like on large surface areas, like my really white neck and chest right now. So busting out the bronzer brush so that I kind of match. I don't know if you can tell. Like, it gives like I don't know how, I keep saying glow, but it's like a luminosity. It's just like something about it, no shimmer. It's just amazing to me. So I love the formulation of this. I definitely feel like it's like a very lightweight formula. It's one of my favorite finds so far. So I could end right there with a little bit of dimension on my face, but of course we're not going to. I saw someone talking about this and I was like, man, let's see. I am very torn about how I feel about this product. So this is Say. This is their Dew Bronze. They call it a bronzer, but she was talking about this shade is a great contour. So it is the color Salt. That does not look like a bronzer to me. It is very gray based. That to me looks like, I don't know, maybe there's a little warmth. I haven't loved how it looks on my face. So let's see, maybe I should try not painting. I feel like this doe foot applicator lends to you wanting to just paint it on your face, right? Maybe I should just take less. So I'm just gonna put a couple of dots and see what happens instead of drawing a line on my face. So I am testing this Patrick Ta brush. I feel like this, and it just lends well to contour, but of course I feel like when I swipe it, I'm moving coverage. So I do like how easy it is just kind of put it on and press it upwards. Can you tell the difference? It's not like a strong contour. I would say this would be a very natural type of a shadow. Let's just try this brush with Astoria. I'm curious to see. I've never tried it actually. You guys know my ride or die is the detail. You can definitely tell us like our contours have coverage, which is just rare because most things like this aren't a coverage per se. They kind of sheer out really easily. They blend well, but they don't always add coverage, or longevity is my biggest thing. So we'll see. We'll see how the two sides compare later. Just try this. We'll just try this around. Ooh, those are big dots. I feel like this brush is almost pointless though around the hairline. I don't know. It lends to the cheekbones really well, right? It's a beautiful brush, don't get me wrong. I also got the Patrick Ta nose contour brush because I was like, I could use this brush with Seint, easy peasy. I do feel like this brush is probably best for it's not necessarily good for like a liquid product unless you want to put it on the back of your hand and then pick it up. Like I could pick it up here and go in with it. I feel like drawing this on directly to the nose just gives me way too much product. So I'm just gonna go straight into my cream, and this brush is awesome for nose contouring. It makes it, I mean, it's so straight. You guys know how like hard it is for me to like do a straight line. It's so precise. Look at that. Magical. And then I've been using it just under the bottom lip as well, excess. Easy peasy. And I do love the other end. I've been using it for eyeshadow, or if you're into powder bronzer, you could just take it, you know, straight into the eye and use that as eyeshadow and be donezo. I feel like my under eyes do look very dark still, even with my main shade over it. So I'm gonna try a little concealer. Guys, I've been testing so many concealers that people are like, this is the best concealer ever. I've yet to really find one that doesn't age me, so I'm still testing. So maybe today I will just use the smallest amount of concealer you've ever seen. This one's Natasha Denona. I just feel like I need a little bit of light right here. But every time I use this, I feel like I see people put so much on and I'm like, that looks hideous under my eyes. I'm using these Rose and Ben brushes, which you can get straight from her website, or some of them are available on Amazon. They're amazing. But I just, maybe concealer's just not for me. Just gonna use as little as possible and try to. I did lighten up that area slightly. So maybe less is more for this mature-eyed lady. I swear, some of these people that are like, just use a little, and then they like smear it like loads, and they're just putting it in the inner corner and outer corner, but they're still using like enough concealer that they would probably cover their whole face. So I needed a little bit of brightness, but I probably could have also used my highlight shade. Okay, not bad. If I used literally the smallest amount ever, I'm not looking 10 years older. Let's go ahead and move on to blush, because I'm sure if I talk too long, my eyes are gonna be creased so bad. All right, Hourglass Unreal Liquid Blush. I keep seeing this being like, oh, this blush lasts all day. It's almost like a stain. It just like blends into your skin. I had to see what all the hype is about. This is color, oh gosh, Scene, S-C-E-N-E. Cool thing is the applicator, like it has like a little thing on the bottom. So with the applicator, you just push this kind of like, it's having bubbles. Maybe shake well. Does it say shake well? Shake well before using. Oh my gosh, I can't push with the freaking nail. Oh gosh, that was way too much. You only need a drop. I mean, that doesn't look like much, but guys, this thing is going to last forever. I wanted a very natural color, kind of to like, maybe, again, no makeup days, just put a little bit. Look how much. It's very, very pigmented. So we're just gonna kind of again, just like the most natural glow. I love this color because this is very much just a very everyday wearable flush of pink. So I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this color. You just pick it up off the back of your hand. I probably would not recommend going straight onto the face with this. Again, I'm pressing, stippling on, not to move any product underneath. Is that not pretty? Again, nice and glowy. I still have a ton of product on my hand. So these are a little pricey. Hourglass stuff normally is, but again, that thing is going to last me so long when you need a drop. I've even seen people use it on their lips. Very cool multi-purpose product. I like it. But I'm very much in like a plum moment, if you couldn't tell, that I want to add some dimension to my cheeks. The easiest way to do that is multiple shades. If you have issues with longevity, layering shades, layering different types of products is sometimes all you need in order to kind of get that look. So I'm gonna go in with a little Renaissance. I have not worn her in a while. I'm gonna use the same brush just because this one actually fits really perfectly in our little 10s. And I'm just gonna add a little bit more up towards the top and kind of keep that lighter shade, kind of like I'm ombreing. Just a little bit of depth there. Anybody else obsessed with these berry tones? I can't stop. It's either like a red look or a berry look for me lately. I keep gravitating towards like all of these shirts. I keep buying all the same shirts and all different shirts in the same color. And then I'm like, why can't I pick another color? That or tan neutrals. This is not neutral for me. This is like getting out of my comfort zone. Beautiful. And I know that that blush combo is going to last all day. This is a very pigmented matte, and these are very long wearing. They kind of just like, I don't want to say sink into the skin. Makeup doesn't do that, but you guys know what I mean. All right, let's have a little look-sees on the eyes before we set. Not bad, but I am kind of creasing. So I saw someone using this and I was like, what an interesting sponge. So I ordered it. This is an Amazon product. Look at it. When you squeeze it, it almost like stays. I'll be honest, I don't like it. So this is a miss for me, but I've been trying to like use it in different ways. And one of the things I've seen is that it can really help when I have too much product and kind of lift some. So I was creasing a little bit using, oh my gosh, I still am loving this Milk Hydro Refresh Spray. Could definitely use this with any makeup. So that kind of helped kind of just get rid of a little bit of excess concealer. But I'm not really impressed with this. I can't even remember the name of it. I'll have to look. It's just, it keeps leaving these little bits on my face if I try to use it for my full face. Like, I'll be like, what is that? And then it's like a chunk of the sponge. So that's a miss. Now we are going to set, and I have a couple of powders that I've really been liking. This one is becoming a holy grail status. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for a loose powder. Surreal Skin, another Makeup by Mario, Soft Blur Setting Powder. So I'm using the shade Neutral Peach. How do I describe it? It will look like your skin and not powder, if that makes sense. He has an amazing puff if you want to try it on a puff. Just pick up some, make sure it's all kind of rubbed in. And I like to use the puff around this lower part of my face to kind of press it in and get rid of shine. And then around the eyes, I'm not as big a fan of using a puff around my eyes, so I've been using this Sephora number 79 brush and loading it up, tapping off excess, because again, the powder formulation matters, but also making sure you don't use too much powder. But this is a really nice brush to like get right on in there without accentuating, but yet also the bristles like get in those fine lines. I find when I use a puff, it almost like goes over the lines to where later I can see the like makeup still going into the lines, if that makes sense. So really good powder. And I am not a loose powder girly at all. But when I want to do a holiday look, if I need my makeup to last, I've been reaching for this every time. Really good. Pairs really beautifully with Seint. It's like you can still see the glow. Now, I am not gonna powder this area with this kind of powder. I'll show you in a second what I use. Now for travel, like if I was going to a party and I needed to have something to touch up, I would go with this Fenty. This is their, the Invisimatte, the universal shade. It's a really nice, just finely milled, very finely milled, like almost very, very translucent shade. So I can use this under my eyes, no problem. I would say the only downfall to these is that they don't quite brighten as much as Vanilla Dust, but I'd say Vanilla Dust is a little bit more comparable to this. If you're oily or you like to set your full face, I'd recommend the Makeup by Mario. Now, number one of the biggest things I hear all the time is how can I get my cream cheek products to last? Whether it's liquid or a cream, you can set all of those areas. One of the most number one rules of makeup is if you want something to last longer, you set it with a powder or a setting spray that creates a film, so then when you touch your face, it doesn't move, right? So let's set our cheeks with powder blush. It is the best way to keep it all locked and loaded, in my opinion. I'm not even sure if this is still available. It's one of my favorite purchases of 2024, and that is an ambient light palette by Hourglass. This is the Evil Eye. It's beautiful. I mean, if you've ever used these powders and how just finely milled, you guys know I like that, but they're really beautiful. So it's got 3 blush shades, a powder, a highlight, and a bronzer. So just set those areas that you didn't already set with powder. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with the bronzer area and kind of set the contour and the perimeter of my face lightly. I already set underneath my eyes, but if you like adding a little bit of light, that's what their ambient light powders are kind of known for. They add more glow. They're just really beautiful. They give extra glow to the skin. I don't feel like the powders I use took away any glow though, but if that's an issue for you, that's what they're great for. Brush, I finally found it. I'm gonna add a little bit of, let's just mix this pink shade and this one. This one's really light, but it's just got great shimmer. And we're just going to tap that on over the blush we already have. And it's gonna be locked and loaded all night. And it adds even more glow. And if that's not enough glow, the second most favorite palette I've bought of the year is gonna be this Glow Face palette. It's the Dior Backstage Universal. So this one has 4 shades in it. It has the white and the gold, which are considered like highlights, right? White and gold, depending on what undertone you like. And then the pink is considered a blush, and the bronze is considered a bronzer. But I consider these more like toppers. I probably wouldn't use these alone, but I do like setting my face with them. And they even look good all mixed together. So I'm gonna just use a little bit of the pink one and the bronze one, kind of just in their respective areas to give a little bit more glow to the face. Not that I needed it, but these are such beautiful, finely milled colors that, again, they don't add texture to the skin, which is what I'm always looking for as a more mature woman, right? That I can't wear all these like really crazy chunky glitters on my face. I prefer to keep them very finely milled. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this gold one very lightly as my illuminator. All those areas are gonna be set even more. So once I have all the powders on, I like to spray. I want the glowy finish, but I also wanna kind of take down some of that powdery look. In my opinion, there's a couple different kinds of setting sprays. There's the kinds that are more liquid, wet like this, and then there's the kind that are like hairspray. This one's gonna take away the powdery finish. Yes, it's gonna help set, but in my opinion, if you really want to lock and load your makeup for like an all-night party, I would recommend then using a second setting spray, which is more like a hairspray. So let's first do this. I can't tell you how good that feels on my face that still feels like it's burning from being dermaplaned. It's so cooling. I love that one. So that will kind of knock down some of the powder. And then this has been my go-to. This is drugstore. I'm telling you, it's one of the best setting sprays on the market. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist, 36 hour. Every single time I use this, I am shocked at what my makeup looks like. So if you have been trying to set your face and you're using a powder to set it, but you're still having longevity issues, try something like this. Hold your breath. It is like hairspray though. I will just be honest. It smells like hairspray. It feels like hairspray. But I know with that much of a finely milled, like finely aerosoled spray, that it is like covering my entire face. And that's how setting sprays work. The magic is those polymers creating that beautiful film. So then later you can take something and wipe your face and guess what? No transfer. So that's what we're looking for. Party makeup needs to be transfer proof. Am I right? Let's quickly do my brows before we start on my eyes, because I do want to put lashes on, but I'm going to show you guys different ones. So I actually ran out of my, what has been my go-to from Sephora, which was the Merit eye pencil. And I keep hearing that this one is just as good as high end. So let's test it out. I've used it a couple times and it's hard for me to tell much difference. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil. So I've been into anything with this tiny little tip. And this one's maybe a little bit bigger than the Merit one, but it also has spoolie. And it fills in really quickly and easily. So let's just fill these bad boys in. Sorry if it's getting dark here. It's like my natural light is going out quickly. I think it's gonna start raining. So now I've got the Cush Brow Lamination Gel from Milk. I think I've shared this before, but I really like this to hold my brows in place. My brows have been really unruly lately. Not really sure why, so they can use all the help they're gonna get. And it's finally time for eyeshadow. And yes, I'm gonna do eyeshadow before lashes. I am going to use some different shades. I will be honest, I purchased this palette because there was some pink tones that I felt like we did not have from Seint. These warm pinks, and we only have like one matte pink in that kind of category. So we're gonna go ahead and use Warm Rose, which if you compare it to Claire, this is Warm Rose. It's much more of like a neutrally rose, and this is like Claire from Seint. It's much pinker. So I wanted like a neutral, but yeah, pink tone. And I just, oh, I love that eyeshadow color. So yes, I bought a whole palette for one shade. This is the problem with palettes and not being able to build your own, right? So I'm gonna use this as my crease shade so I can get those pinky tones. And is that not so pretty? Oh, I love that color. It's like a more neutral pink, but yet it still pulls pink, but it doesn't scream pink. Is that so much to ask, right? So eyeshadow shade perfection. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I'm like obsessed with pinks and plums at the moment. I'm gonna take a little bit underneath my eye, although, oh yeah, just kidding. I thought I was gonna need something else, but it still gives me a little definition. Now let's take the shade Cocoa, not to be confused with the Cocoa we have. This is, did I ever say the name of this palette? The Natural Nudes. This is Too Faced, Born This Way. It's not a new palette. It's just a new to me palette. So we're gonna take Cocoa in the outer corner. I don't really know if this is gonna be deep enough or not. Yeah, I like. Definitely, this color reminds me a little bit of Dream, which was a limited edition shade we had in last year's Advent. Maybe a little bit deeper, but it's that very neutral brown, but it's got like pink undertones to it, which is, again, I don't feel like we have anything, not from our permanent collection, that lends pinky brown. This palette also has some really good, what I would call magic eraser shades. Seashell and Nude. Seashell reminds me of like a lighter shade of chai, and Nude is like a darker shade of pop. So if you need a magic eraser shade to kind of clean up the edges, I do like that this is kind of all in one palette like that. Fun fact, I've been obsessed with eyeshadow pencils lately. In fact, these are just the ones I've bought from Sephora. I've bought some from Amazon and every other ones that have high reviews that I could think of, because I wanted to test them for longevity, staying power, creasing, all of the things. So let me know if you want to see it in a video, because I feel like some days all I want to do is take one color and blend it out with my finger and run out the door. So I'm like, but which one is best for that? So these are a lot of Laura Mercier and Bobbi Brown's, but let's pick one for the inner corner. I actually have a rose gold from Laura Mercier and a golden pink from, oh my gosh, can you even see those? Rose gold, golden pink from Bobbi Brown is way more of like a highlight shade. So I'm gonna use that on my inner corner. It really catches light. These are so easy to throw on inner corner. And then I'm gonna use rose gold on the inner corner of my lid and under the brow, because it's a little bit more subtle. And yes, if you're wondering, so far, I do not have to set these sticks. There's a few that I bought that don't work so well, but so far, so good. These are really great to kind of just throw on, highlight. They don't increase the look of texture because these are really creamy, finely milled shimmer They work really well. And I have multiple I've been using as liner. It would help if I said them correctly. Dark Cacao. This one is Laura Mercier, but if you really blend it out, you can see it's almost like a burgundy tone. And then Cocoa is more of the dark brown, and it's almost a cool brown. It reminds me of like Trust eyeshadow, which is what I normally have in my brows. I'm gonna put on a little bit of the Dark Cacao and smudge it as liner. The great thing about these sticks is that they smudge out really easily, but then you can let them set. They only have like a couple minutes of playtime, and then once you let them set, they stay there. So you can smudge it out and then apply a little bit more definition along your actual lash line. They work really well. So once they set, I don't actually have to set them with a shadow, but I'm just dying to bust out a little Eve. This one has some shimmer in it, so it's not super like deep, but look at that color. Gosh, because I have like stuff underneath my fingernails already. So really softly, just along the lash line. I'm gonna take a more detailed brush and use it along the lower lash line. All right, let's finish off the look, because let's be honest, I feel naked without lashes when I'm doing a look like this. So somebody actually on here is the one that made me start searching for something like this. And they were like, well, what about these like self-adhesive lashes? Because you guys know me. I glue them underneath. They last for a week. I don't touch them pretty much. But the brand they suggested, I looked up, and they did not have great reviews, and they were kind of pricey. I think they were like $50 almost on Amazon, and the reviews weren't great. And I'm kind of a stickler with looking for reviews. So during the Ulta sale, I saw these, and they had really good reviews, and they were like 10 bucks. You can't go wrong. So this is by Ardell, but it's called Winx, and they're a press-on lash. They're underneath, but they're pre-glued. So all you do is stick them on. And I did test them, but I didn't really like the way I put them on. I did like longest to shortest, and I didn't feel like they flowed well. So we're gonna try them a different way. And I was very impressed at how fast these went on. Now, granted, I've had years, 6 years probably, experience of putting on underlash, but if you are scared of it because like the glue and making a mess and all that and then having to take them off, this would be perfect to try first. I can't remember how many different, this is the natural style. Now I will say, if you look at the base, you can kind of see the glue, like how thick that is. So I don't know how natural this would look without any eye makeup, but with eye makeup on, they looked beautiful. So let's just try. They come in 10, 12, and 14, and they do come with a little guy. I'm not gonna use that, I'll be honest. I am such a stickler for I've been using this one for 7 years, 6 years, however long. This is my Lashify wand, but I am gonna go ahead and try it in a different way, and I'll kind of show you how I go. So I'm gonna try a 12 on the outer corner, 14s in the middle, and go from there. So last time I kind of just stuck them on because I was in a hurry. Let's see if I can strategically put this on similar to how I put on my normal lashes, going from kind of the middle and then overlapping edges. So let's see if this works. I'm gonna put a 14, and you guys, these are so easy. You just stick them on like that. Now you have to be a little bit more careful when you fuse because it will stick to the wand on the top. But look at that. It took me 2 seconds. Okay, so that was a 14. I'm gonna go ahead and put a 12 on the outer corner. do feel like these are much stickier, which makes sense considering. All right, that one kind of, when I fused it, which means clamping down to kind of make it stick to the lash, it kind of like pulled up that outer corner from where I placed it exactly. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's not perfect. But again, these I would consider like putting them on, taking them off within a couple of days. I wouldn't necessarily leave these on a week, but they claim you can. So I'm gonna put another 14 in the center. Let's try before fusing, putting one more on. See if that helps it not move. All right, so I just stuck on another 14. Oh my gosh, another 12. I feel that's the only thing. So when I clamp, I feel like it sticks and then it kind of pulls them up a little. So last time when I applied them, I actually put on a coat of mascara first and then put them on so that they kind of went in with my lashes a little bit better and I didn't have to apply as much. So, let's try that on the other side. Tower 28's Make Waves mascara. I'm not even gonna curl my lashes, but I'm just gonna put it on kind of like a base. If you have very stick straight lashes, curl them so none of your lashes are going down before you stick them on. Okay, that worked so much better. This time I didn't even clamp. I just stuck them all and then clamped one time. And it kind of pulled a little bit in that inner corner, but that was it. You guys, these are so easy. So easy. It's gonna make me take them off a lot more often and let my eyes rest, because sometimes I put on my other lashes and I'm like, I really wish I could just take these off, but I'm like, oh, I just put them on, and let's be honest, like I don't rewash them or reuse them. And I just don't want to do it again. These work so well. Look at the difference that made in my eye look. God, I love them. Okay, highly recommend these. I got them online at Ulta. I'm gonna use a little, this is a tubing mascara, which has been my go-to for not getting any smudgies or transfer. But I'm still testing mascaras too. So YouTube is coming. I made the mistake of buying like, I don't even know, 30, 40, I can't even tell you how many. I guess after wearing no mascara for 6 years, I was like, ooh, there's so many new mascaras out that I must try. All right, we're almost done. Let's do a lip look. Okay, let's test. I saw somebody doing, what did they call it? A reverse halo. And I also got a lip kit from Sephora that I was dying to try because everyone that put it on just looked amazing. So we're just going to merge the two. And I got a gloss that I also want to try that's like one of the highest rating glosses ever. Guys, I can't tell you the last time I just bought a lip gloss. So first we're going to go in with the Refi. I got the Plum Lip Kit. So this is the Plum Blur Liner and the Tinted Lip Gloss. This color is gorgeous. But we're just gonna do the outer corners, which is what's gonna give us the reverse. And then you fill in like a deep, like purple undertone plum. It reminds me of black cherry. It would probably be a really pretty liner with black cherry. But it's called Blur. You're supposed to do the outer. It's like a really big tip. You're supposed to do like the outer. It doesn't give a defined line like I'm used to, but it works really well to like throw in your purse when you're doing it in a hurry. Then the center, I'm gonna use my kind of holy grail. It's Endless Cacao, and it is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil Extreme. This one is a waterproof formula. If you want a lip liner that doesn't budge, and this one is very gray based, so it's great for contouring out the lip line. I don't know if it's light enough to really do this technique, but we're going for it. I usually feel like I have to blend that out some. Ooh, the question is, can I put on both of these? All right, here's the plum. Maybe I should just do it everywhere. This color is stunning. Just on its own. It is like black cherry in a lip gloss, like a tube, right? So pretty. And this applicator, it's beautiful. It's really nice. I'm making this lip look more difficult. Sometimes you want to try something a little different. Oh my gosh, it looks like I literally have a stripe down the center. Okay. And then this lip gloss had like ridiculous reviews, like 14,000 like 5-star reviews. And I'm like, what's so good about this lip gloss? I'd never tried Fenty's lip gloss before. So I had to get it. Gloss Bomb. This is Champ Stamp Fantasy. It's named after my cat. Just kidding. But it's really pretty, like got gold shimmer in it, which you guys know me, I'll go for gold anytime. So we're just gonna put this in the center. And let it ombre out, make my lips look bigger. I do like this. I think it is supposed to be plumping, but it doesn't. Maybe this one isn't the plumping one. It doesn't burn. It doesn't. I hate burning ones. I like that. I think that turned out really pretty. It's like bold, yet not too bold for me. Matches this so well. Other than needing to fix my hair. There you guys go. There's the finished plum holiday look. What do you guys think? I feel like I could have even done more on the blush. Who am I? I used to be such a most natural blush ever, and now I'm like, give me all the blush tones. I'm having fun with blush. So I used a lot of products. I'll be honest, I probably could have got this same look all in one compact, but you know what? I love makeup. I love playing with makeup, and I see everybody playing with makeup and I was like, I want to try that. That's beautiful. There are some really great products and innovations that are happening every year. Technology, even in the makeup world, is always evolving. Tell me, what did you pick up from the Sephora sale? What else do you want to see? I got a lot more. Do you guys like videos like this? Do you want to see more high-end, more low-end? I got a bunch of stuff from Ulta that I haven't shared. I only shared a few things from them. You want to see mainly only Seint. So let me know in the comments down below. I'm happy to hear you guys' thoughts. And I hope you guys have an amazing holiday season and whatever holiday parties you go to. I mean, I could definitely put some glitter on the eyes and it's a little bit more festive for a party or for even New Year's. I've got basketball to go to, so this is as glammed up as I'm gonna get for the night, but I think it's a good everyday look. Beautiful colors and tones. If you don't like berries, I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys know how the nails wear. And as always, thank you guys for being here and watching. Love you. Bye.